Yo, what's good? So we're back with another Hyrox weekend race vlog. This time we're down in London and I'm going to be competing in two races. So tomorrow morning I'm going in the men's doubles, and then Saturday afternoon I'm going in the men's open singles. So these are again two new categories for me, but I'm excited to do what I can do in both. The main aim on Friday morning in the men's doubles was to get under the magic 1 hour mark. And despite the very last minute call up for Harvey, only having a few days notice before the race, we knew that it was well within our reach to get this. Given that Harvey only found out he'd be racing on Monday, we decided to be slightly conservative with our running and aim for a 4-minute pace, which we ended up going slightly faster than, with our average run pace being 3:55. This comfortable running pace meant that we were really able to send it on the stations, and this was definitely the smoothest and strongest I've felt on the stations out of the Hyroxes I've competed in so far. As you can see, the sled was really flying. And even in my least favourite station, the burpees, I was able to really go for it and keep a consistent pace all the way down. And yeah, this is the best they've ever felt. Having my nephew there on every running lap as well to high five really took away the pain and was a great distraction to keep me moving and keep me motivated. It also kept a smile on my face the whole way through. And at the halfway point we knew that we was on track to get that sub 1 hour that we was after. And after a couple more runs and some strong stations, the finish line was in sight. We just had the wall balls to complete. My aim here was to try and go unbroken, which unfortunately I fell short of. However, this didn't take away from the fact that we managed to finish with a time of 57:27, which was well under our 1 hour target, so we're absolutely buzzing. Overall, it was a really solid debut in the men's doubles, and I'm definitely looking forward to running back this partnership with Harvey in 2025, where we aim to qualify for the World Champs in Chicago. Next up, on Saturday afternoon, I had my men's open solo debut. Despite the relatively short turnaround with the doubles race the day before, my aim for this was to try and get as close to the sub 60 mark as I could. After a solid sub 4 split on the ski, I was then into the sleds, starting with the sled push, which went a lot better than it did at the pro weight, and yeah, I felt comfortable here and set me up nicely into the sled pull, which again moved smoothly and in fact was even better than the sled push. At this point in the race I was feeling pretty strong and comfortable. After my humbling experience in Manchester, I've been doing quite a bit of work on the sleds, using heavier weights and adding it to the end of my sessions so that I'm doing it when I'm fatigued, and it's definitely paid off. I was a lot more efficient this time round compared to when I last did them. And yeah, I actually enjoyed the stations this time, and it's given me a lot more confidence moving forward into future races. Unfortunately, the burpees didn't go quite so well. Despite a strong start in the first 40 metres, I then hit a wall at the halfway point, and yeah, mentally this is the point where my race started to fall apart. Unfortunately, after my mediocre performance in the burpees, it meant I went into the rower realising that my sub-hour target was out of reach. So at this point in the race, I then had to just find some mental resilience to keep going despite knowing that I was no longer going to meet my target. I was able to go unbroken with the farmer carries, which was something that I was quite happy with because my grip strength is usually pretty bad. And I had a really strong showing on the lunges where I went at a good pace and my legs didn't cramp up. So this has definitely given me confidence again moving into future races. Although I didn't get the sub 1 hour goal I was hoping for, finishing with a time of 1 hour 4, I'm still pretty happy with how the race went, and there's lots of positives to take away from it. Particularly my running, where I held a 3:47 pace throughout. This gives me a lot of confidence moving into 2025.